welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer and I do all things embroidery. In this tutorial I will be making the Jolly Saint Nick stocking. It's surprisingly very simple to put together and I'm going to show you step by step how I do that. So let's get started. So here's what comes with the kit. You get a nice picture for reference. And you get some beads and sequins and some, you get a needle, you get two needles, an applique needle and a beading needle. You get instructions and all your felt. And this kit is rather small, which is perfect for getting something like this done quickly. And we're going to start with this green piece. This is the main piece for the stocking, where Santa's face will be on. And we're going to cut that out. And we're going to start putting the beads on. So I'm going to cut this off camera and I'll show you the back of it too. Okay, so I line all my stockings with extra felt, and this felt I just buy by the yard at Joann's. You can get it pretty much at any craft store, but I just go to Joann's because it's close to me. And I take the back and I'm just going to make another backing for it. And the felt that came with the kit I'm actually going to use for the lining, and the felt that I cut out is a little bit thicker, so I'm going to actually use that for the back, so it'll be a nice reinforcement. So I'm just going to stick that to the side and then work on the front here. If I can grab it. Okay, so I'm actually going to cut this out and start on it. Okay, so here's it cut out, and you can see all the little dots. That's where all the little sequins and the beads are going to go. And we're using green for those. Okay, so when I do my beading, I always use 2 strands of whatever color I need. In this case, it's going to be a green. And I'm using light green. And I grab a sequin. Make sure the sequin is facing the right direction, that it's kind of like a saucer. So the inner saucer needs to be on top. So like the flat part needs to be on the bottom. And then you go up through the bead and then down through the sequin, and that's pretty much it. And because these beads are rather far apart from each other, I'm going to knot them individually, just to make sure that they are staying put. Okay. There's our first one, and we're just going to go around and do all the rest of them. I grabbed the next piece, which is a white trim, and I noticed that it does have a little extra here that I will end up trimming. I wonder if that was on purpose or not. I'm not sure. But the beads are every other color. So we've got red, green, red, green, red, green, and then we have the light green straight stitch in between them. Okay, so I secured the piece with the beads first, and then I went around and I did an applique stitch all the way around it. And I didn't show you the applique stitch, but there, I trimmed it right there. But I do have a separate video for that stitch if you want a more detailed tutorial. I will show you another applique stitch too. So I left the bottom unappliqued, mainly because of the straight stitch I'll be doing. And it calls for 4 strands of light green, and we're doing a straight stitch. And I'm just going to show you how I did it. And keep in mind, I decided not to applique the bottom. You can applique the bottom if you want. I just felt like it was didn't really need it, because it's going to be held down by this straight stitch here. So I came up just above the dotted line, and then I came down just below the black line. Just like that. That way when you add the third piece on top, that the line, you won't be able to see the end of it. And then I come up for the next one. I'm not knotting the back, I'm just keep going. And just above, like that. It makes a cleaner line when you do it like that. And watch out for the beads, it will snag. So I like to go a little slower and make sure that the string does not get stuck on the beads. So I'm going to do the whole thing off camera. Here is piece number 3, and it's kind of got this candy cane stripe look to it. So we're doing, how many strands? We're doing four strands or 3? I think we're doing 3 strands. Yep, 3 strands of green. And this is the running stitch. And this is how I like to do the running stitch. It's just a time saver because that means I'm not just, you know, going up and then down and up and then down. I'm staying on the surface. I kind of use this technique to bead too, so depending on how close the beads are, normally if they're really, really close, then I'll use the running stitch method. Otherwise, I'll just stitch them normal. So every dash, so that's a running stitch, and then you can see the pattern. So I'm going to do that off camera. And once I've done that, I grabbed the red stripes and I placed them with pins so I know where they go. And I'm going to actually secure each one of these with the beads first. Beads and sequins first, and then I'll go back and applique them. Okay, so as you can see, each one of these is appliqued on there, and then I applique it onto the stocking with white. And you can tell you can't really see the tops of those straight stitches, so it's nice and clean. Okay, now we're going to work on Santa's hat. Number 11, which is rather simple. We're just doing red beads, and we're stuffing this. Okay, so I went ahead and put all the beads on there. Super cute. Put a couple of pins on there to make sure it doesn't move around, make sure all the lines match up with each other. That's pretty important to make sure those lines match up. Okay, so I appliqued the bottom first, so I have somewhere to put the stuffing. And I'm grabbing my handy dandy chopstick. And I'm putting as little as possible in here. This polyester fiberfill that I bought is on the thicker side, like a little bit on the fluffier side, so I am tending to not have to use as much, which is nice, which means it'll last a lot longer. So I know there's plenty of you that are overstuffers. I used to be one. Hey, if you tend to overstuff, leave a comment down below and tell me. I understand. I really do. I used to overstuff a lot, and then things would pucker, and then it just became a huge mess. But, oh, there's a little gap right there. I'll actually go back and fix that later. I'll just do a tack down right there. See that? My gap was a little bit too big there. So I'm actually going to take some of this and really spread it out in this hat. I can probably do 3/4 of the hat with this. Yeah, that's way too much. If you find yourself, if it's like having a hard time closing, take out as much stuffing as you can. There we go, it's better. Even still, I will take out as much as I can. Because I want it to lay nicely, and I don't want to have to pull on the felt in order for it to close. That's better. You can kind of see my thinking process here. And do you remember how much I started out with? Yeah, it was a lot. Because you never know. Okay, so I was able to stuff both the top and the pom-pom. So that is also a running stitch. It's a very, very light blue color. 2 strands. Same thing with the beads. Very, very light stuffing. Simple, easy. Okay, we're gonna work on the face now. A lot of these steps are rinse and repeat. So we're beading, sequining, appliquing. And I did not stuff the eyebrows, by the way. And for the eyes, you're just adding a bead. That's it. No sequin. And then you're appliquing the black on top of the white. And then the white on top of the face. It's a little bit different than the instructions. The instructions wanted me to do the other way around, but I like to go smallest to biggest. That's just me. So the same thing applies to the other eye. Make sure that you try to line up the eyes as best you can. so they're not wonky. I've seen some interesting faces out there for these stockings. I'm just like, the face looks a little odd. I wonder why. And we are doing an outline stitch for the eyes, and that calls for 3 strands of black. And you're going to go all the way around the outer surface of the eye. This happens a lot with like multi threads. They tend to like, see how it knots up like that? I'm not sure why it does that, but they tend to do that. So I try to go really slow, make sure that doesn't happen, but it happens occasionally. And it can be a pain sometimes. It can get to the point where I'm just kind of like, doing my thing, and then all of a sudden there's this giant knot that disappears out of nowhere, and I'm like, what the heck? And sometimes I have to cut it, which is a pain, but it happens. I actually really like the thread that came with this kit. It's more cottony and less, like, I don't know how to explain it. Normally these kits have these shiny threads that are really thin and they break easy, but this kit has a nice thick cotton thread and I really like it. Okay, both eyes are finished, and notice how they're both the eyes are looking in the same general direction, so that's a good sign. Now we're going to put the cheeks on. Okay, so I added the cheeks, which is just an applique stitch, nothing fancy on it, with a little bit of stuffing, and then I put the face on with just a tad bit of stuffing, and then appliqued it onto the stocking. And make sure to not overstuff these. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do all things embroidery, and I'll be making many more of these tutorials for the holiday season, so check out those and look for those. Please follow me on social media. All of that is down in the description box, as well as all of the affiliate links to make this stocking. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!